Leo, welcome to your love forecast for August 2019. We're going to connect here and see what's going on with our Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising friends in the area of love and romance for the month of August. Okay, my dears? Let's go ahead and connect and see what's happening. If you are not a Leo, but you're snooping around because you're curious about a Leo in your life, you're more than welcome to hang out and watch. But do keep in mind that I do cross-watcher videos specifically for, people who are curious about a certain sign. So after this video, feel free to watch the cross-watcher videos, which are linked in the description. But we're going to see what's happening for Leo. Keep in mind, guys, these are general readings. Okay? So not all of it might be exactly what's going on with you, and that's okay. But we're going to see what is coming up for Leo. Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right. One more shuffle here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was giggling because as I was shuffling, I was hearing that In Vogue song from the 90s, that old song, Never Gonna Get It. So some of you might have someone who's chasing after you, Leo, and you might be like, nope, not gonna happen. I already told you. So some of you might be having that kind of a situation, but we'll see. We'll see what the cards have to say. Let's fix our little glare situation here. You've got the Wheel card coming up. So definitely some of you are moving past the situation. You're definitely moving on. When the Wheel card comes up too, it indicates that something that was stuck is no longer stuck. Something is moving. And once it gets going, it really gets going. Like, think about a wheel that's rolling down a hill. Like, it picks up momentum fast, and it's kind of like unstoppable. That's what's happening with the energy in your love life. So I feel some of you, just off the very, very top intuitively, this makes me feel like, Leo, some of you have a situation where you were hung up on a person for a long time, like a long time, and you're finally over it. You're finally moving on. And for some of you, you're realizing that you're finally over because this person resurfaced. You had a cycle, a lot of you, where you would go on again, off again, or back and forth with this person. And this time when they came around, you're like, wow, I'm not even attracted to them anymore. Or I moved on. Like, no, like, this is it. Like, this is for real. I don't want this anymore. I'm going in a direction. So again, something was stuck and it's finally healed, or something that was in your way that was preventing you from connecting with others or allowing yourself to have these connections is out of the way, and you're moving on and you're moving forward. Your next card here is the Strength card. This is really significant. This is like really, really significant. You have 2 major arcana cards coming in back to back, okay? Those of you who are familiar with tarot, you know the major arcana cards indicate that you're at a significant crossroads. You're at a very significant time in your life where things are really changing. It's a moment of growth, a moment of learning. And then for me, in the love readings, when we have major arcana cards come up, it tells me that there's a soul connection. There's a soulmate connection. There's a soul contract connection, that you all met for a reason. There's a reason why you met. And if we look at the card, it gives a little bit more information of what that contract might be. So the wheel is getting unstuck, like to get unstuck, to get you going, to help you learn, to help you grow, to help you move on. But the Strength card is about going out into the unknown and being successful. So I feel that some of you, it's taken you a lot of courage to get to where you are right now in your love life, whether you're allowing yourself to get out there again after a long time of, maybe feeling isolated or lonely, or not feeling ready to date, or not feeling ready to let people in, or maybe you were in a relationship for a very long time with someone that wasn't very good to you and was stripping your confidence and tearing you down, and you're finally going out into the unknown. You're strong enough to move away from that terrible experience. There's a lot of messages that come in with the Strength card. The Strength card for me is one of those loaded cards. Like, it has so many elements to it. And so for me, some of the elements here are, like I said, going out into the unknown and succeeding, not giving up on yourself, staying committed, loyalty, inner strength. And overall, too, the message here with the Strength card, too, is like, some of you are coming out of a period of like you had really hardened your heart, or you were really being very tough when people were trying to come in. And the message with the Strength card is you can be strong and protected, but in gentle ways. We usually see the Strength card, a woman with a lion, and she's petting the lion, or the lion's curled up or cuddling with her. And if we stop to think or imagine the scenario in which this could be possible, we know this woman didn't go in and start screaming at the lion and punching it and kicking it around to show the lion who's boss, because that lion would rip her to shreds. That's like, it's not going to happen. So if we could anticipate, she was aware of this lion, maybe she was around the lion when it was younger, whatever it might be, being cautious, staying out of its way, staying out of harm's way, maybe leaving food and water out for it, maybe taking care of it when it was sick or injured in some way, and winning it over. And then having this unlikely ally, right? We look at the picture here in this card. This is actually the card that made me buy this deck. I saw this card online. I was like, I have to know what deck this is, and I have to get it. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous card. But we see here in the picture, this lion is curled up against her. She has her hands rested against it, and it's happy. It's almost like keeping watch, like looking out into the distance, making sure she's safe. So to me, sometimes too, the Strength card indicates that you are protected and you are safe also, in terms of like your angels and guides that are around you, and the lessons that you've learned, your own, using your mind to be cautious and careful, right? Like, you can protect yourself without having to be in your face. You can protect yourself without, telling people you're nobody's fool and you're going to show them who's boss, right? You can be strong and protected in a very quiet and gentle way. Another kind of, feeling here with the Strength card is you're going to catch more flies with honey than you are with vinegar. So a little sweetness goes a long way. It doesn't have to be fake. It doesn't have to be forced. And you don't have to play victim, okay? Because this woman is not playing victim, right? She's a very strong, very smart woman that was able to form this ally type relationship here with this lion. So understand these are characteristics that are coming in for you as well. Some of you could have a very significant soulmate connection, coming in that way. But Leo, this could be you, and you just coming into your full Leo elements, because the Strength card is a card for the sign of Leo. And by the way, happy birthday. I didn't say happy birthday to you guys at the beginning. I'm sorry, but happy birthday, Leo. So yeah, this could be you coming into your Leo element or Leo connection, or you could be in a very significant relationship or connection with a fellow Leo as well. That could be happening for some of you. Your next card here is the Justice card. So the Justice card, again, major arcana. This is crazy, Leo. You have had back-to-back major arcana cards. And this is not a new deck. I've had this deck for a while. I've done many readings with it. It's been shuffled a billion trillion times. This is a big month for you in love. And it has been for the other signs too, where they've had maybe a couple of major arcana cards come up. But you have had 3 back to back to back, right? And this is your birthday month, and people tend to get a lot more serious about their life around their birthday, at least those of us who are of mature years, where you start thinking, I'm not getting any younger. What do I want? Where am I going, right? Like we tend to get a little bit more serious about our life, around our birthday. But so something is happening with this connection. Some of you are dealing with a Libra, not necessarily, but some of you are. But with the contract here, the situation is balancing your head and your heart. This is about fairness. This is about justice. Okay. Some of you may very well have someone returning, like I said, in the beginning. But the Libra card is letting us know that, like, you're nobody's fool, like, in this situation, and you're carrying yourself in a way where others are learning that they have to come at you in fair ways. They have to come at you with respect. They have to treat you well, right? Yeah, like, you're not just gonna lower your standards. So it's coming across to other people. Some of you are having a very significant moment of healing with a past relationship that is requiring you in some way to take a legal stand. Okay, the Justice card can indicate court cases or court situations. Okay, and for some of you, it can be very heavy. It can be where you have a block in your love life because something criminal or something like violating happened to you in the past. And so some of you, as you're healing in August, or as like you kind of taking your power back, you may be calling this person into accountability through the court system. Or some of you may have like just had this lingering marriage or assets combined with a person, and you're finally clearing it out once and for all officially. Okay, but when the Justice card comes up, yes, it has to do with fairness, balance, like balancing the heart and the mind and not being too far or carried from one way or to another situation type of thing. But for some of you, this is taking a legal stand. And again, it's major arcana, so this is a part of your growth in your life lessons and your healing. Okay, but for some reason, I do feel for some of you, because as I'm saying it, like, I'm trying not to cry. Like, I really like want to kind of like sob right now. So I do feel some of you have a very challenging situation where like you're facing somebody in a courtroom. And if it's not officially in a courtroom, it could be that you're finally like once and for all confronting a person. Like, I'm not going to let you gaslight me. I'm not going to let you tell me it didn't happen. I'm not going to let you sit here and tell people that nobody's going to believe me. Like, some of you are just, like somebody that's been gaslighting you or like intimidating you or like trying to get you not to speak up, like you're speaking up, and or you're just basically saying your final say to this person. And you're like, you're not going to do this to me anymore. You're not going to do this to anybody else. So some of you may be taking it to where you're reporting it in a court of law. But there's a very heavy energy, like, as I'm connecting with it. And those of you who are going through it, I'm definitely proud of you. I can imagine that it's not an easy situation to be in. But it's kind of like for some of you, it's like you feel this is the last thing. This is the last step that you need to take before you can leave the past in your past and live your life and open up and let yourself love and let yourself trust. Okay? Some of you are receiving some kind of validation, retribution, some kind of vindication in some way where, maybe the truth is coming out about a situation or a scenario. You may have been having situations where people were going around and gossiping about you or saying things that weren't true about you because they were jealous in some way, or maybe you like broke up with a narcissist who was trying to like ruin your life or make you look bad or just make you feel like nobody else was going to want to have you around, and it was like a control tactic. But the Justice card can indicate that the truth is finally being revealed. So if something happened where people were lying, or something happened where like somebody wronged you in some way, that is getting cleared out, that is getting taken care of, that is getting finalized and revealed. Next is Queen of Cups. Okay, so this is a very positive, loving, stable, nurturing, like wifey, mother kind of energy. Okay, so some of you could be dealing or involved with a water sign, a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Not necessarily, I don't like to get too hung up on the astrology of the cards, but that could be the case for some of you. You're dealing with a water sign. But overall, this is like a nurturing and loving energy, okay? Like a soothing and healing energy. I do feel one of the strong elements with the Queen of Cups is she's very connected with spirituality. She's very intuitive. She's like a spiritual mentor or a leader, or just somebody who's going to give really good advice or really good guidance. So this does make me feel that some of you are having a very strong spiritual connection with a person who's helping you like establish a life. Like some of you are making a life with this person, this very intuitive, very caring, very loving, very nurturing person. But the message too with Queen of Cups sometimes is, and especially Leo, if you're one of those Leos who's recovering because you are kind of facing someone that traumatized you in some way or hurt you or damaged you, and it's been affecting your love life, the Queen of Cups comes with the lesson that you're going to attract a lot of love your way when you take time to nurture yourself. Okay, so Queen of Cups, you know, she has this cup and she goes around and she heals and blesses everybody with it, right? She's very nourishing. She's very nurturing. She's giving that content. It could be a nice, you know, cold drink of water on a hot day. It could be nice, you know, comforting warm soup to a sick person, or on a cold day or something. Like she brings this nourishment and this care. Okay, she's a symbol of that. So some of you are receiving this, but those of you who are coming through a time of healing, you need to remember to take care of yourself, because something happens. Like the most loving, most nurturing, most giving people, a lot of the times are the people who've had the hardest lives, or who have had really messed up things happen to them when they were young. Because people handle it in two ways. They can either like continue the cycle and be that way to other people, and there's some other people and they're like, well, I'm going to be the person I wish I had in my life, and they become a better person, right? So you've been in these love situations where you've been giving and giving and giving and giving and loving and loving and loving and loving, and it's kind of created blocks or problems. But this is the month, right, where you're learning to give that love to yourself, and you're remembering to drink from that cup, like to save some for you. Like maybe you're still being a loving and caring person, but you're saving some of that cup for yourself, right? Because this is the thing, Leo, if you're not like making your needs and your feelings a priority, how can you expect for somebody else to? People are going to treat us the way that we're treating ourselves. So you're being asked to, you know, make sure you're taking time to do things that are comforting for you, right? And this is going to attract the right energy, the right person, the right partner your way. If something doesn't feel good, don't make yourself do it, okay? If there are certain people that hanging out with them is draining you, and you would rather, you know, go and grab a cup of coffee and sit down and read a book at like a Starbucks somewhere, or go to a museum, or, you know, take a class or something instead. You don't want to party, or you don't want to pick up the phone and listen to your friend talk about the same damn problem they've been talking to you about every single night for the past 4 months, you know, then don't do it, right? Do what's nourishing to you. You don't have to be out there super social to meet somebody. You can just be doing something that's enjoyable to you, that's important to you, and you will align with the right people in that way. And the more you're putting energy into yourself and caring for yourself, you're going to attract people that are going to be that way with you, who are going to, like, you know, treat you that way. So a big part of the blockage removal for those of you who've been stuck is remembering to drink from that cup. You know, save some for yourself. You can still be a loving, generous, giving, healing person, but save some of that for you. Oh, yay! Ace of Cups. It's our stalker card this month. Sometimes we'll have a stalker card that comes up for a lot of the different signs. And this month so far, it seems to be Ace of Cups. It's coming up for almost everybody so far. So this could indicate that there's a cosmic shift happening where a lot of people are experiencing this all at once, like a mass awakening or a mass healing. And those of you who are familiar with tarot, you know that Ace of Cups has to do with happy experiences. So like deep soul love, a sense of home, you know, passion, positivity, joy, all of those wonderful, amazing things. But every tarot reader has certain cards that have a little extra meaning for them. And Ace of Cups is one of those cards for me. So those of you who are like my loyal ones, I'm sorry you might get sick of me saying this because you may have heard me say it in other videos, but it needs to be said because some people don't hear it, or they don't remember it, or they're new. Ace of Cups, the special meaning that it has for me as a reader is you've made a really significant shift in your life where you're done learning from pain. And that was really coming through your reading. Like, some of you are really healing from something really serious right now. And you're done learning from pain. And you've told the universe, like, I'm done. I'm not going to fall for this trick anymore. I'm not going to fall for this game. I'm done feeling this way. I refuse to feel this way anymore. And the universe hears you and says, okay, perfect, awesome, we're glad that you're done feeling this way. And so you begin to be handed positive experiences, and you begin learning through joy instead. Your lessons begin coming in through positive experiences, positive offers, things that you accomplish, things that you succeed, things that bring you joy, things that you're passionate about, where you're like, wow, yes, this is amazing. I would love more experiences like this. Yes, please, more of this. So you're going from, oh my God, never again, to, yes, this is amazing. I love this. What's next, right? You're making that shift where you're beginning to learn in that way. All right, my darlings? Be sure to watch your moon, sun, and rising sign videos too, because it could add a little extra information, or it may resonate with you more than this video. Maybe this video didn't resonate with you so much, and that happens because they are general readings, and sometimes I can have 2,000 people watch a video, and sometimes I can have 40,000 people watch a video, and so it's not going to be the same exact thing for every single person, obviously. But sometimes watching the moon sign and rising sign videos gives us a little bit more personal to our specific energies. You may need a private reading, which obviously I'm more than happy to do. Turnaround time is a lot faster, guys, because I have better internet connection now, and there's been some changes in my workspace, so you don't have to wait 72 hours to receive your reading anymore. I know it was a pain, but God love you. A lot of you are awesome and have been with me and putting up with that. But turnaround time is going to be a lot quicker. And if you click on the Calendly link, you can go ahead and schedule there for your private reading. Don't forget, every single week, the weekly forecast too. Love is important. We all want to know about love, but don't forget about your spirituality, your career, your finances, your personal life, things other than just love and romance. So every single week, check out the weekly forecasts. All right, my darlings? Thank you so very much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a fabulous August.